The Blanket of Kindness. A true life story narrated by Alternative Humanity. The winter in Wisconsin had always been unforgiving. At 9 years old, Alex was no stranger to the bone-chilling cold that swept across the small town. The frigid air seemed to penetrate even the thickest coats, and school days were often endured with a shiver. Alex was bundled in his thin, worn coat, which did little to shield him from the icy gusts. He stood at the bus stop, his breath forming clouds in the frigid morning air, feeling the sting of the cold without a hat or gloves to keep him warm. The bus stop was a modest wooden bench, and Alex often found himself daydreaming to distract from the biting cold. His hands were tucked into his coat pockets, and he shuffled from foot to foot, hoping the bus would arrive soon. One particularly harsh winter morning, Alex's shivering was interrupted by the sound of a car skidding to a stop. The driver, a middle-aged woman with a kind face and a warm smile, rolled down her window. She looked at Alex with concern, noting his inadequate winter attire. "Hey there," she called out, her voice carrying warmth despite the cold. "You look like you could use some help. Is there something I can do?" Alex, surprised and a bit apprehensive, rubbed his frozen hands together. "I'm just waiting for the bus. It's really cold, though." The woman nodded, her eyes softening with sympathy. "I can see that. Here, let me help." She reached into the back of her car and pulled out a long, narrow blanket, which she draped over her arm. Alex watched, his curiosity piqued. "What's that?" "It's a blanket," the woman explained as she got out of the car and walked toward him. "It's not very big, but it should help keep you warm. I'll wrap it around you so you don't freeze while you wait." Alex's eyes widened. The blanket was far from luxurious, but it looked soft and warm. The woman gently wrapped it around Alex, securing it like a large scarf around his head and shoulders. The warmth of the blanket was immediate, and Alex felt a rush of relief from the biting cold. "Thank you so much," Alex said, his voice muffled by the blanket. "But I don't know how I'll give it back when I'm done borrowing it." The woman's smile widened, and she hugged Alex gently. "You don't need to worry about that. Just keep it until you don't need it anymore. It's a gift, not a loan." Alex was puzzled but grateful. "Are you sure?" "Absolutely," she replied. "Just promise me that you'll help someone else when you can. That's all I ask." Before Alex could respond, the bus finally pulled up, its engine rumbling in the cold. The woman gave him one last reassuring smile and got back into her car, driving off into the snowy distance. As Alex boarded the bus, he could feel the blanket's warmth seeping through his thin coat, and he looked back to see the woman's car disappearing down the road. He clutched the blanket tightly, feeling a mix of gratitude and confusion. The blanket was not just a physical shield from the cold, but a symbol of unexpected kindness. The school day passed in a blur of lessons and recess, but Alex's thoughts frequently wandered back to the woman's gesture. The blanket became his constant companion, wrapped around him whenever he felt the chill. Despite the initial confusion, he began to embrace the woman's gift with a deep sense of appreciation. Days turned into weeks, and winter's grip tightened. Alex's family eventually managed to get him a better coat and some gloves, but the blanket remained a cherished item. It was now more than just a protective layer. It was a reminder of someone's selflessness during a time of need. One afternoon, while Alex was playing outside in the snow with friends, he noticed a young girl from a nearby neighborhood standing alone by the bus stop. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Like and share this video with your friends and family. The world is slowly becoming a cold and dark place. Sad stories are usually shared more often on our news feeds and are promoted more quickly than positive ones. Whenever you like and share our content with your circles, you shine a bright ray of hope into this world which echoes in eternity. This act of kindness will help more people to see such positive content on their video feed and make this world a much more positive community. How do we change the world? We will do so through one random act of kindness at a time, one video at a time. Now, back to our amazing story of kindness. Alex's heart went out to her, and he remembered the woman's promise to help others. He ran inside and grabbed the blanket from his room. The blanket had seen better days. Its edges were frayed and its colors faded, but it still provided warmth. Alex approached the girl, who looked up with wide eyes as he handed her the blanket. "This helped me when I was cold," Alex said softly. "It's yours now. I hope it helps you too." The girl's face lit up with surprise and gratitude. "Thank you so much," she said, wrapping the blanket around her. "It's really cold out here." Alex smiled and watched as she walked away, feeling a sense of fulfillment. He had honored the promise made by the kind woman, paying forward the generosity that had once warmed him. The years went by, and the blanket continued to be a treasured item in Alex's life. It had become a symbol of the kindness he had received and a reminder of the importance of passing on that kindness. Whenever he encountered someone in need, whether it was a neighbor with a broken-down car or a friend facing hard times, Alex would find a way to help, inspired by the promise made long ago. One winter as an adult, Alex found himself in a similar situation as the woman who had helped him so many years ago. He was driving through a snowy stretch of road when he came across a stranded motorist. Without hesitation, he pulled over and offered assistance. The motorist, a young woman, was visibly cold and anxious. Alex offered her his warm coat and a thermos of hot coffee while he arranged for a tow truck. As they waited, he couldn't help but reflect on the full circle of kindness he was participating in. The woman's gratefulness was familiar, and Alex felt a deep sense of connection to the past. When the tow truck arrived, Alex took the opportunity to explain the story behind his blanket, the impact it had on his life, and his commitment to paying it forward. The young woman listened intently, her eyes filled with understanding and appreciation. As Alex drove away, he glanced at the blanket draped over the passenger seat, its frayed edges a testament to its journey through the years. It had served as a reminder of how a simple act of kindness could leave a lasting impression, inspiring a cycle of compassion and support. In the end, the blanket was more than just a piece of fabric. It was a legacy of kindness that had traveled from one person to another, bridging gaps and warming hearts along the way. Alex's life had been shaped by that moment of generosity, and he continued to carry forward the spirit of compassion, ensuring that the warmth of kindness would never be lost. There is a popular quote by Harold Kushner that states, "When you are kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world." As Alternative Humanity, we are committed to changing the world together with you by populating the world with stories of kindness, love, and respect. What are your major takeaways from today's story? Let us know in the comments section. Would you like to share with the world your unique experience of kindness, love, and respect? Send us a quick email, and we will definitely feature your story in our next video. Remember, be the change you wish to see in the world. See you in our next video.